Yo, I'm Adrian from Rabona TV, and we've got a lot to talk about from all over Europe this week, so let's get right to it. Now, this past Saturday, I hope you were not watching the Premier League because it was maybe the most boring match day I have seen in my life, as there was only 4 goals in 5 matches, and 2 of those goals came from one of those 5 matches, which is almost as bad as November 24th, 2001, where there was only 3 goals across 6 matches. Ugh. But anyway, for the first time in 22 years, St. Totteringham's Day is cancelled. And if you're not following me, basically for the first time in 22 years, Tottenham is going to finish above Arsenal in the standings because they've mathematically clinched a spot above Arsenal. This hasn't happened since way back. We're talking like the 1994-1995 season, so Arsenal struggles continue this year. There's a changing of the tide in North London, and I don't want to go into a big Arsenal rant, but you gotta feel like if Arsenal don't change something and there's not a massive shake-up in that squad, Tottenham under Pochettino could be the Kings of North London for a long time to come. I mean, this season alone, Tottenham is already 17 points ahead of Arsenal, and it could get even worse for Arsenal given their tricky run out to the end of the season. Also in the Prem, Chelsea look like a title-winning side with their dominant performance over Everton. Poor old Everton. Again, they get beat by Chelsea. And United extended their unbeaten run to 25 matches, so congrats to Manchester United for that great feat of 13 wins and 12 draws. Yawn. By the way, 10 of those draws have been at home, and this is the only second time in Manchester United's history that they have reached double figures in home draws. The last time they managed this feat, I'm doing that in air quotations there, guys, was in the 1980-81 season. Also, Hull City have set the unfortunate record of conceding the most penalties in one Premier League season with 12, and there's still time to go to ramp that number up and make it pretty much unbeatable, as the last team to get close to 12, I think, was 11. So they could get it by a long shot. Congratulations to Hull City, that is a great achievement. And finally, Emre Can scored a fuego bicycle kick to help Liverpool beat Watford 1-0. That was crazy, but what's even more crazy is the fact that Lucas Leiva, who assisted the goal, has 3 assists, which is more than Aaron Ramsey, Willian, Rashford, and Mkhitaryan, who, by the way, if you haven't watched my profile on Henrik Mkhitaryan yet, you probably should do that. Now, no more Premier League. Last week, I spoke about Werder Bremen and Max Kruse and how they just keep on winning, and they did it again. And your boy Max Kruse scored again and got an assist in their 2-0 win over Hertha Berlin. That's a rhyme. Meaning he moved his scoring tally for April alone to 5 assists and 8 goals in 6 matches. That's the same amount of goals as Messi and Lewandowski in April. Damn! Max Kruse is definitely number 1 in the Kruse power rankings right now, ahead of the likes of Tom Cruise, Terry Crews, Penelope Cruz. Well, I'm sorry, but no one can really beat Penelope Cruz, am I right? My bad, Max. We can give you the honorary number 1. But you are, in fact, the number 1 player in the Rabona TV Player of the Month for April award. So congratulations on winning this non-existent award, my friend. Also in Germany, Bayern Munich won the league. Surprise, surprise. But it's pretty cool that Carlo Ancelotti has now won the leagues in France, Germany, Italy, and England. He is the first manager to ever win 4 of the big 5 leagues titles. But this has got to be one of his most low-key title wins. I mean, at least I didn't see much coverage for it because, well, Bayern Munich always win. And that title-clinching win over Wolfsburg was sort of a metaphor for their dominance over the league of late. It's much more exciting looking at Werder Bremen and their trajectory over this season. Just look at how they've climbed. Or how about how Hoffenheim under Julian Nagelsmann have clinched a Champions League berth for the first time in their history by beating Eintracht Frankfurt with a 90th minute goal. These are the storylines that make us love football. And speaking of these storylines, OGC Nice and good old Mario Balotelli seriously damaged PSG's title chances this weekend by beating them 3-1. And Mario, well, he was just good old Mario. Credit to him for not pulling a Marwan Fellaini and doing the old forehead-to-forehead kiss and getting sent off. Sucker. I like what we're seeing in France right now with this sort of French football revolution, with Monaco at the top, PSG, they're always going to be there, and now Nice emerging as maybe a title contender for next season, but definitely another strong French team in the Champions League. And what's not to like about a young, attack-minded team that operates on a budget of 40 million euros? I mean, to put it into perspective, PSG paid 51 million euros alone for 2 transfer flops in Hesse and Krychowiak. Kershawak. Well, I mean, who knows how to say his name, really. So, with a game in hand, AS Monaco now has a 3-point lead, could be a 6-point lead if they win that game in hand, and I hope that they do it, and I hope that they win it all, because I think that their road ends in the Champions League against Juventus, unfortunately. But they've been great to watch. Why am I speaking about them as if it's already over for them? We don't know. They could pull it off against Juventus. Anything can happen. And finally, in the Netherlands, there was no matches this weekend in the Eredivisie, but there was the KNVB Cup final. And let's give a round of applause to Vitesse for their 2-0 win over AZ Alkmaar, as this was their first ever club trophy. You almost never hear stories like this about clubs anymore. Everyone's won something. So it's nice to see a club lose their trophy virginity, and we'll be seeing them in the Europa League next season. And I think that'll just about do it for this episode. So enjoy all the European action this week, as I will see you guys on Friday morning for a roundup of everything Champions League and Europa League. Thanks again for watching, guys. My name is Adrian. This is Rabona TV. Pretty cool, eh? And I will hopefully see you in the next episode. Peace.